Alright everybody, I'm at one of my suppliers' warehouses, and this is where I go to pick up a lot of my natural stone. I'm basically going to show you how to pick or select natural stone. A lot of the natural stone comes from 3 different locations: Mexico, Turkey, or India. And the issues that are ongoing with these different places are a lot of cronyism. In India, there's certain, like if you want onyx, there's probably 4 major quarries that have onyx, and there's 2 controlling families in India that give money to the government to get the contracts to keep it forever, and then they set the price. In Pakistan, there's also onyx, but it's not as good. There's different types of stones. Depending on what stone you want, usually someone controls it overseas and controls and sets the price, and it's usually some family or something. And then of course it all trickles down to here, us in the US, and we buy from these different places, and then it ends up here. Particularly with the fireplaces that I offer, travertine is a good material to use because it is specifically designated a dry stack stone. Dry stack meaning that you can use no mortar or grout, I would say, on the joints. Use mortar, of course, to set it to the substrate, which will be cement backboard. But it has a nice clean finish. So what I'm going to show you today is how to select travertine that's imported from Turkey, because a lot of the travertine comes from Turkey. And what Turkey exporters do is they will say, hey, look at this travertine, it's great. There's like 4 or 5 different grades of travertine, and they will show always their best to their suppliers, and their suppliers say, oh, I'm going to get a container of that. That's great. I can totally sell that. And then when the container shows up here, it's horrible, really horrible. So what they do is they try and give just enough good material so that whoever buys from them doesn't cry or complain or say, hey, I'm never buying from you again. So you as a consumer, when this stuff comes in, you have to go select out that 20 or 30% that's the premium stuff that they put in there on those pallets for your home, because there is a difference between good travertine and bad travertine, and I'm about to show you in a minute. This is David, Texas Best Flooring Company. See you in a minute. Okay, so this is a pallet of travertine that we usually use for like the fireplace. But what we do when we select your travertine is we hand select everything. Sometimes it takes 6 hours just to find the best travertine for a fireplace. This would be considered obviously an ugly piece that we would never use on your fireplace. You can see it's pitted. It's got too many mineral deposits on the surface, and it's just really a poor piece of travertine. This would be the piece that we would use on a homeowner's house. No mineral deposits on the surface, and little to no pitting whatsoever. You can see that's a really good nice piece right here. So this process takes a considerable amount of time to hand select every piece, but that's why the finished product looks so good. But when you select travertine, you really have to check it out yourself, because you don't want to end up with this when you can have something like this. So that's what I said, you know, these importers will import a container of travertine, and a certain percentage will be this, and you have to really go and spend the time to get something that looks like this in order to have a beautiful finished product. So we do all that for you at Texas Best Flooring Company, and that's why our finished product looks great. Okay, so we just dumped the box of 3x6 travertine, and we're gonna go through them. Like this would be a good piece. The corners aren't chipped. This is good. We'll put this in the box for the customer. This is another good piece, not too bad. This is okay. This is okay. This piece, too much going on. Way too much going on. Or you can see it's got a chipped corner. So this would be a piece that we'd set to the side. This piece is a little better. This is a nice piece. So we do this. Each backsplash takes about 3 hours to pick out the material, and we make sure that every piece is hand selected. So if you order online and we send it to you, see there's a chip right there, or we do it for you, we will make sure that everything has personal touch. See, like this is fill. This is horrible. This is a horrible piece. They fill it with some kind of grout or some kind of fill that if you bump it with a pan, if you bump this will pop out someday and then you have to fill it yourself. So this is already a liability, this piece. So why would I give that to my customer? That's why you got to take the time to make sure that every piece is hand selected when you're dealing with natural stone. Beautiful piece. Okay, so I just wanted to give you a quick lesson on fill. So travertine, when they cut it, you have these different indentations or hollow spots just because of the way travertine is naturally made over time. The problem is, if this is your face, in this case here, they need to go ahead and fill all this pitted stuff, so they fill it with man-made material here. Well, like I said, this is a liability to the customer. Any product with too much fill denotes a lesser quality travertine. This right here is really awesome, good quality travertine. This is in the same box as this. This is the same price as this. It just takes time to pick out these from among these. And this is what we do here at Texas Best Flooring Company. We use our expertise to make sure that the customer pays the same price as this and gets this versus paying the price for this and getting this crap. It is straight out a liability, so it is bad. So that's why when you're shopping for travertine, you really have to make sure that the less fill on the travertine, the better.